Hello there everyone, and today we're going to be doing something a bit different, and that is an airsoft gun review and gameplay, so you can see just for yourself how this weapon performs. One of the first things you'll notice about the Mk22 is its scar-like design. This is due to the fact that it is actually modeled after a real-life weapon that shoots 22 LR rounds that is also modeled after the scar. Another great thing about this weapon is just how much stuff Classic Army managed to pack into this rifle, including silver wiring, Deans, and a MOSFET, on top of which all for around $170. Another thing I liked about this rifle was the iron sights. They provide a nice clear sight picture, and I did actually get the opportunity later to play around with them. And for me, of course, a must on any weapon is ample pick rail space, and much to my delight, this weapon has it in spades. I had no issue mounting optics, lasers, flashlights, you name it. Speaking of pick rails for this rifle, Classic Army made sure to include a stubby forward grip and two rail hand grips for the full metal side and bottom pick rails. Also included in this rifle is an ambidextrous mag release, adjustable cheek rest, and folding buttstock. Unfolding the buttstock and unscrewing the shown Allen key bolt will reveal what many YouTubers and myself dislike about this rifle, and that is the pathetically small battery space. I was still able to fit a 9.6 Butterfly NIM battery in here, however, but larger batteries may have issues. Another thing to note is that unless perfectly placed, the wires surrounding the MOSFET and various connectors could become pinched if the adjustable buttstock is pushed to its forward in position. But enough with this review, let's get into some gameplay to show you the most important part, and that is how the rifle performs. So, to test this gun out, I actually decided to check out a field called Old Overgrown down in Renton. Old Overgrown had quite a few veteran players out that day, and it was my first time checking out the field, so I was having some issues just getting used to it. With the way the brush is here, it can really play tricks on your eyes as to how far you can shoot into it without your BBs deflecting. On top of this, my sight was slightly misaligned to the left of my rifle's BB stream, and on top of that, my hop wasn't exactly as perfectly adjusted as I would have liked, giving me a slightly shorter range than I would normally expect. Right now, me and a teammate are trying to remove a few players that have really dug themselves in a deep flank behind our lines and have been being a major pest to our team.
Moving right, moving right.
As it turns out, these guys decided to retreat from that area now that we've dedicated a larger part of our force to hunting them down, and eventually we determined that the threat has been neutralized. New game mode, defend the hilltop from advancing forces. Initially here I'm just attempting to keep the enemies ever so slightly worried about catching a random BB than actually getting hit. Thankfully for me, my new Mk22 actually has a pretty kick-ass rate of fire, so I'm able to lay down a lot of plastic really quickly. And in spite of the relatively low muzzle velocity of about 300 feet per second with a 0.25 gram BBs, the hop-up does an excellent job of getting my shots out there. The only issue seems to be the combination of this deceptive brush and the slight bit of accuracy drop-off when the BBs do reach the tail end of their range. And this right here was one of my main frustrations with this field. I could clearly see the enemy through the brush, but I was unable to shoot at them just due to the sheer amount of twigs in the way. However, it is more than likely that I'm not used to the engagement distances here yet. Also worth mentioning is that the field has spots that are akin to forts and strongholds scattered throughout. As a result, it is still fun to try and find ways to use such spots to your advantage. I think it's just a matter of me getting used to it personally. Here I notice a BB flying from behind and strike the tree in front of me, and I turn to face my opponent, and of course, this is where that slightly misaligned sight bites me in the ass. Even though I have a clear shot, my BBs miss their intended target, and he's able to escape and even shoot me a couple of times. Thankfully though, we have an excellent, almost hero-like medic to come in and save the day for me, to get me back in that fight.
Hit! Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
Incoming fire from 5.
12.
Here, you can see where a slight bit of overhop and perhaps a bit more feet per second would have really helped. Not only does he have ample time to move away, my BB seemed to be dropping a yard or two away from his feet. I am myself planning on upgrading the spring through the included quick change spring system soon, and I think I would recommend doing so for anyone planning on taking this to an outdoor field. So eventually they do manage to take the hill, but my GoPro ran out of memory before that could happen. So to answer some of your questions, yes, Didirectors is back with all new Airsoft videos. I was out in Alaska for a bit, so I couldn't really film anything whilst I was there, but I do intend on releasing new gameplay on the channel every week still. Also, don't expect a whole lot of gun reviews or equipment reviews, as I will simply do them whenever it is I buy new products or receive them, which, as it stands right now, isn't very often. But as always, if you enjoy that and want to know when new videos are arriving weekly, click that subscribe button and the bell to turn on notifications if you so desire. Also, comments are great fun and I enjoy having conversations with everyone, so feel free to leave one below. And as always, have a great day and peace.